Willkommen zurück zu unserem Freund Harold. So, die Demo. Jetzt haben wir bloß noch die Aufgabe, die Fische zu füttern. Ich frage mich, ob die Demo dann vorbei ist oder ob wir dann zur Professorin auch noch reisen dürfen. Um vielleicht noch diese Okay. Wie geht er Treppen? Er rutscht manchmal ab. Das sieht aber auch nicht gut aus hier. Also wenn ich so Treppen gehen würde, huiuiui, ich glaube, da würde ich öfter abrutschen. Vielleicht kriegen wir auch noch diese wichtige Nachricht mit, was es sein soll. Hallo? So, hier ist nichts Neues, vermute ich mal. Ja, das ist so ein Effekt, ne? Da kommt immer was hinterher vom Körper. Das sehe ich jetzt erst hier so. Keine Ahnung, was das sein soll. Würde ich auf jeden Fall, wenn wir, also die Vollversion würde mich echt schon interessieren. Scheint ja auch ein Storyspiel zu werden. Können wir jetzt nochmal mit ihm talken? Nö. Dann würde ich das aber, diesen Effekt auf jeden Fall ausstellen, denn ja, hier sieht man das nicht. Aber ich vermute mal, deswegen ist dann in der Bewegung das auch so ein bisschen unscharf. Hallo. 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 Man kann auch noch reinzoomen. Cool. Frag mich immer noch, was es damit auf sich hat. So, wenn wir die jetzt füttern, dann werde ich mal das Ding wieder hochfahren lassen. Damit man das gut sehen kann. Hallo Fischis. Steckt er das jetzt automatisch selber rein, oder?
Little fishy, your little dishy is now served.
Notizbuch.
Okay, Harold Bot Diagnostic Report. Scanning. Scanning. All tests completed satisfactorily. Enjoyment evaluation. Minimal. Energy levels depleted. Recharging required. Next destination, Agora Arcades.
Da ist ja auch die Professorin. Wo finde ich denn diese Notizen, die er immer macht? Arbeit erledigt, jetzt kann ich zur Ankündigung in die Agora-Arkaden gehen. Ich sollte besser die Röhre nutzen, damit ich sie nicht verpasse. Irgendwie habe ich gerade so ein Déjà-vu. Wo finde ich hier die Notizen? Oder gibt es das bloß wieder in der Vollversion? Na gut, ab in die Aurora-Arkaden. Wo wohnt da eigentlich die Professorin? Das scheint ja ihre Bude eigentlich zu sein. Und ich dachte, wir haben bloß ein Ticket nach Hause. Also dürften wir doch theoretisch jetzt...
Why isn't this working? So typical. I suppose the ticket reactivation is still going to take a while.
Genau das. Hatte ich ja gerade gesagt. Aber wie abgeschlossen. Und nun? Ankündigung ansehen. Beim Fernseher wahrscheinlich, ja?
Hello again.
Hey, Chris. Ticket not working. Mind if I watch the announcement with you?
Oh, be my guest. Not that I actually live here.
Oh, it's starting.
We chose the stars, not instead of the Earth, but because of it. We chose sacrifice and responsibility. Well, we didn't, I guess, but our ancestors did, and we wouldn't be here if they hadn't. Left, I mean. we'd be back on Earth. And where would that have got anyone? We may not have ever seen our home, tasted its air, or gazed across its boiling seas, but we remember it. And then we made a new home, even if it wasn't quite what anyone had in mind. And one corporation over all others helped make that possible. All water. On that note, I'd like to introduce Madam CEO Brenna Castlejock.
Good day to you all. As you may know, I am Brenna Castlejock, the CEO of All Water Corporation. More importantly, I'm a citizen of the Fedora just like you. And it's my unmitigated pleasure today to show you what you're about to see. Join me in reliving and celebrating the remarkable journey we've been on together, before we unveil the next step of that journey.
It may have started with one man, but it took the hearts and minds of many more to make the dream a reality. That dream began at the height of the Cold War, when the world was on the very brink of annihilation. He conceived of an Ark-like spacefaring ship, financed by the wealthiest countries, families, and private institutions such as the Schlipmeyer Foundation, as a gesture of global care for the human race. That ship journeyed for 200 years, was home to 5 generations, and sailed past many solar systems, making fascinating discoveries along the way, like the bacteria that are now responsible for our energy supply, or the mineral samples we took from planets along the way that allow us to build new materials. We had difficulties to deal with too, such as surprise asteroid fields, periods of hopelessness, and the unpleasant albeit brief alien infestation. And of course, 120 years after launch, our last message from our beloved Earth in its final moments. After 200 years, we finally arrived at our destination, only to find that the promising, watery planet contained no habitable landmass and dense, toxic gases in the atmosphere. Hardly the second Earth we had hoped for. It wasn't long into our new search that the solar winds came. Maybe our ancestors couldn't have possibly known, or maybe they could, that they would cause our ship to crash, just like Icarus, but with worse luck. Either way, we can be thankful for a soft landing and good waterproofing.
Wasn't that a wild ride, huh? We've achieved so much aboard the Fedora, but we've never stopped thinking big. We had the idea to make sure we weren't missing out on anything going on outside. We're in a whole new galaxy, so we should be listening to see what the local news is. So we hatched a new plan. A state-of-the-art, deep space radio buoy capable of keeping itself afloat and slowly circumnavigating our watery new home while scanning for signals and interesting cosmic gossip. And, wait for it, yes, we're delighted to announce it's floating to the surface right now. That's right, the buoy will be in position in another few hours. Big congratulations and thanks to All Water for making this possible. I'm excited to see what we pick up.
That was some announcement, huh?
Sure. Makes for some nice gossip. But I think they should fix the tube system or upgrade the TVs, eh? Before this fancy boy drama, eh?
Yeah, that'd be nice. What if there really is nothing else out there?
Exactamundo. We should be focusing on inner space before outer, huh?
Yeah, man. Speaking of inner space, I hope the tickets are working again tomorrow.
Que claro. At least I brought some homework to mark. Those bambinos will forget everything at this rate.
And you've got your trusty couch.
Yep. We've gotten to know each other well.
Okay, I'm gonna get some sleep. Buona notte, Chris.
Buona notte, Harold.
Sen neler söylüyorsun? Beni ağlatan kadın.
Ankündigung. Ich würde gerne das Notizbuch öffnen, aber ich weiß halt nicht, wie es geht. Was?
Please remember, the all-water tube system will shortly be closing for the night. Get snug, not stranded.
Okay, ich habe gedacht, da ist vielleicht irgendwie ein Notizbuch mit bei oder sowas, aber ne. Auf jeden Fall interessante Hintergrundgeschichte. Ich hätte gerne gewusst, was in der letzten Nachricht der Menschheit, was da drin stand, oder ja, was die Message war. So, hier ist immer noch eine machen, ne? Ich vermute mal, dass die Demo dann jetzt enden wird, wenn wir uns hinlegen.
Oh boy. What a day. Here's hoping tomorrow's a bit more relaxed. I could do with a day off. All this running back and forth for people is tiring, man. But, Agent Harrelson, that's what they pay you for. Don't let us down now.
Vermute mal, jetzt wird sich irgendwas ändern. Irgendwas wird passieren.
Morning, Harold.
Hello, Professor. What did you think of that announcement?
It was quite fantastically self-aggrandizing.
Yes, it did go on a bit. The boy seems cool, though.
Indeed. I'm sure it'll make a great source of distraction. Now, if you're quite ready...
Sure. Ready for what?
I made a breakthrough discovery at the Arboretum last night. You remember the last batch of bloomy rocks?
Oh, the really small ones from the last intake? The ones with the strange shapes and the little holes and...
The blue ones, yes. Turns out their surface composition doesn't just give us clues about our immediate aquatic environs. I think they've picked up some influences from outer space as well. Take a look through the microscope. You'll see what I mean.
Just remind me exactly how that thing works again.
Harold, are you fooling me? This will be the last time I explain it to you, so for once, pay attention. You need to open the hatch first. Now, activate the switch next to the board to open the sample shelf. The rock you want is in the container on the lower right. You remember your left and right? Bring it to the microscope and insert it into the hatch. Et voila! Check the microscope, and finally, you'll see what I mean. The one you're looking at now seems to have picked up radiation from our nearest sun. There's a particular mark for each time there's been a solar flare.
I can only see one mark?
That's the problem. There isn't enough of a recording on this one. I dated it to roughly 40 BC.
So we need an older one. For...
Exactly. Older ones, ideally. Although I doubt we'll have much luck catching more of them by chance. Oh, yes. We have to figure out when there's going to be a gap between flares. Flares cause the solar winds. A gap between solar storms is our only window for leaving this place. I need you to look into this, Harold. If anyone on board has an older rock, we need it procured. Yes?
But if we're not going to be able to catch one, where am I supposed to start looking?
You could start at Tommy's store. You and I both know that guy somehow gets hold of whatever those filter stations spit out, and then sells them at an outrageous markup.
Good evening, Jean.
Nice to see you, Bridget.
Is the sample in the microscope? I'm really curious to inspect it.
Yes, you definitely should.
Okay, ich dachte, sie sagt jetzt vielleicht automatisch was.
Hey.
Hey, you're the professor's assistant, Jeremy, right?
Yes, but no. I'm Harold Halibut. I interned in your section for about a year.
Oh goodness, you're microwave boy.
So, you do remember me.
Yes, how could I forget that debacle? Actually, I've just met with your professor.
Is everything okay?
Not entirely, but I probably shouldn't be telling you.
Okay, I'll...
But I suppose if Moreau trusts you, I'm a bit worried about our ship's energy reserves. I thought I'd talk to your boss about it. She's the smartest person on board, isn't she?
Also sind wir immer noch in diesem Schiff, was scheinbar ein bisschen auseinandergeklatscht ist und durch das Röhrensystem ist alles miteinander verbunden.
Reserves? Are we in some kind of trouble?
Now I've said too much. Ask Moreau. Perhaps she'll tell you more.
Did you guys talk about the Bloomy Rocks at all? Moreau said I should maybe check with your husband.
As a matter of fact, we did. As for my husband, you'll have to ask him, which is more than I've been able to do the past few days. Knowing that infuriating rock collection, I'm sure he'll find you something. He's a sweetheart, really, you know? Go ask him.
See you later.
Bye, Richard.
So...
Dare I ask, what is it?
So, Bridget told me about some kind of energy shortage and to ask you about it. Any idea what she meant?
Yes, she mentioned she may have found a link between something in the water and our solar wind problem. It's speculative, and now isn't the time. That all?
What needs doing again?
Harold, use the PDA. Anything else on your mind?
Das ist ja wieder nett.
Oh, no, it's okay. I'll be off.
Be good, Harold.
Ich hätte ja nicht gedacht, dass der Spieletitel tatsächlich sein kompletter Name ist.
Harold, when you see Cyrus, could you give him a message for me?
Sure thing, Professor.
Just ask him, how are the details coming along?
Okay. I will ask him, but,
Yes, I know. I could ask him myself, but didn't you stop to wonder why I don't want to?
I just did stop to wonder.
It's complicated, okay? We go back a long way and don't always see eye to eye, especially on matters of categorization, nomenclature, and subsequent archiving methodology. Not that he ever saw fit to delineate his preferred... Don't mind me, Harold. I just mean, Cyrus has his stubborn phases, and I just can't talk to him when he's in one.
Okay, say no more. Your message is safe with me.
Actually, Harold... No, it's okay. Nothing. Run along now.
Okay, geht länger als gedacht das Ganze. Dann würde ich sagen, machen wir hier erstmal nochmal wieder ein Päuschen. Spitze, bedanke mich. Bis dann.